What's going on, party people? Listen, this is a quick clip from a most recent live stream I was a part of called The Truth Project. We were discussing in this conversation culture, race, and how does it incorporate with kingdom living. And so listen, if this is something you're more interested in, click the link in the description where you can sign up and catch us live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, where conversations like this are just as real, just as authentic, with one goal in mind from everybody coming in from all different worldviews to get to the truth.
My only obligation as a citizen of kingdom, okay, my only obligation is to live out the gospel message and allow others to see Christ in my life so that they too know they're available for the same thing, eternal life with him. Because at the end of the day, man, we're all going to put the pieces back in the box. And here's the thing: I'm not called to represent my culture. I'm called to change culture. Kingdom is a philosophy that changes your behavior, that then changes the environment in which you're in. So if I'm going to move by a kingdom perspective, all of this, I'm not black enough and I'm not talking black enough. That's goofy. Like straight up.
Goofy. That's
It's
goofy.
goofy. It's goofy because I don't sag, because I don't partake in everything and everything else black people do, and vice versa, right? There are some other racial discriminations and all kinds of other ethnicities, right? Because I don't do what my parent culture does, I'm not enough. See, we have an issue there because when my identity is wrapped up in that, and I'm too focused on what culture has to say about me and what culture doesn't have to say about me, I start to lose my mind. But when I get into God's face and into God's presence, and when I hear what he has to say about me, and he created me in the womb. I'm one of his, I'm a child of his, I'm an image bearer. These are things that are encouraging me to go out and live a transformed life to the point where I'm not caring and giving attention and energy to people who think less of me because I don't look like them. That's a heart issue on them, and they're trying to put that onto you. No, no, I'm not a part of that. What I am a part of is a whole nother country who has a whole nother leader, who has a whole nother standard with principles and laws that I have chosen to willingly submit to, that as a result is transforming my life from the inside out. So I'm called to change culture. And if you with me, dope. If you're not, dope. Like I'm called to change culture. So for me to adjust who I am to fit the preferences of the culture around me, I'm losing sight of the mission. I'm losing sight as a believer, right? So if you're not a believer, this don't really apply to you. I want it to though, but it doesn't apply to you, right? Because you're still, considering things, you're still viewing things, you're still trying to weigh things out. Listen, I mean, there's so many communities and so many cultures out here today. I don't even keep up. I don't got the strength nor the capacity to keep up. And so I'm just that's the calling, man. And if I lose my way, and disconnect from the kingdom because I'm more concerned about being black, I'm more concerned about being left or right, I'm more concerned about being liberal, I'm more concerned about being Democratic or Republic, I'm more concerned about the labels and logos and all this, the designer. And if I'm more concerned about how I talk, do I sound black enough? Do I sound white enough? If I'm concerned about all of these things that culture tries to box me into, I'm going to miss everything God has for me. And I love what Dion has been saying lately in his messages, how one day we're going to die and we're going to wish that after God reveals to us all that could have went down by doing things his way, we will wish for that next and that final opportunity to go back and redo things, now seeing what could have went down, what could have been available, what could have happened. And I think this is one of those things where people are going to flat out miss the message, miss the kingdom, miss the opportunity to reach people, to love people, to lead people, to live a transformed life, because all you're concerned about is why you aren't accepted in this community, that community, why they look at you this way. You're waking up every day because you're concerned about how this person's going to view you, how this race and ethnicity is going to view you. Man, if we would get to a place where we would recognize the image that we all bear, this world is a different place. But truth is that no matter in my lifetime, your lifetime, the core issue is a sin problem. That's gonna be here. It's gonna forever be here. And but we can, but while in our lifetime, we can add to some value in this life, doing things God's way that leads to transformation. I am unwilling. I think I don't even know necessarily when I don't know if I could tell you when I exactly made this decision. But I know that I came to a decision that I just no longer cared how culture tried to box me. Because Jalen Hurts said something beautifully. I've held on to it. I've now become a great fan of Jalen Hurts, by the way, just because of who he is or how he's portraying himself. But this brother said, I was given an identity and purpose before others had an opinion. I think you need to carry that and hold on to that. I had an identity and purpose before others had an opinion.